Welcome! Hello there, geeks and gamers. We're here playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna, and then a little tilde, The Golden Country. Press any button. There are no restrictions on which buttons can be pressed. I'm going to be picking up from where we last left off, although actually that's a bit of a lie. So since last stream, I did some, tooling around, doing some side quests, questing on the side. I did a little bit of leveling up, but where we last left off, so we had just joined up with, we have a full 3-member party where, we have Team Laura, Team, Adam, and Team Hugo, where, but Laura and one of her blades, Hayes, has decided to, stay and decorate her mother's grave, which is understandable. So we're running around without them, so we've got a slightly diminished team. But when I say 3-member party, each member is the driver, and then each driver can have one or more blades. And right now, we'll get back into it. Let's continue. So if there's anyone here, and if you can hear me, let me know that you can hear me. And if you can't hear me, or if the audio levels are not ideal between the game and my microphone, then let me know that too. I was told after the fact by, I think it was Lewis who mentioned that my mic levels were a little low as compared to the game audio at the end of the last stream. Or he informed me of that at the end of the last stream, but it had been true all throughout the stream. So this time, we're gonna, we're gonna, I'm gonna try to address that. I turned down the game audio a little bit, and my microphone audio is a little bit louder, so hopefully that'll be good. Okay, so just to kind of reintroduce our cast of characters. So we have Team Laura, which, as I said, Laura and Hayes have stayed behind at Torrigroth to deal with the grave, to decorate the graves and stuff. And I've done some, character customization a little bit off stream, which, we got Adam and Mithra, and we got Hugo, Brigid, and Aegeon. The quest log. So look at all these quests. I was ignoring side quests in the first stream, and I'm going to probably ignore them today and focus on the main storyline in as much as I can. But I know that at some point in the future there's going to be a progress gate where you can't continue with the storyline until you've built up the community. So the community is, as you can see, I have 2 supporters in my community. That's community level 1. Required for next level is 14. So in addition to the 2 actual members of my community that are the little dudes that we have Doc and Kame. These are people whose side quests I've completed, basically. So as you complete someone's side quest, they get added to your community as a supporter. And as you can see, I have a number of other people out here, some in Gormott and some in Torna. Those are the 2 different continents in the game that we've been to so far. And as I mentioned in the previous stream, if you're not familiar with the Xenoblade lore, continents are actually titans, which are gigantic monster creatures on whose backs, or sometimes inside of them, people live. So anyhow, so I have all of my people who are not yet supporters. They are yet to be recruited to supporting my cause, whatever that might be. I guess we want to defeat the evil Aegis Malos. And we have a few of those are associated with ongoing side quests, and a few of them are not yet associated with a side quest, but maybe in the future. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm not going to go out of my way to take on new side quests or, hunt down any of these quest objectives, but as we go through, we may see, the little blue exclamation point icon indicates that a side quest, that a monster, defeating it may be key to a side quest. In which case, we're not gonna shy away from it, but we are gonna stick to the critical path largely on these streams because I'd like to finish this game. I'd like to finish streaming the main storyline of this game before Xenoblade Chronicles 3 comes out, because after I'm done with this, I'm going to move on to streaming Xenoblade Chronicles 3 from the beginning, a complete blind playthrough, with all of the, and I'm probably going to keep all of the side quests you know, faffing about and trying to figure out learning the mechanics of the game and character customization and stuff, because I'll be learning that as I go, and I think that's part of what I want to do with that stream. Anyway,
there's something here.
No, I'll be picking up some collectibles. So, what do we have here? Our current objective is to head for Valafun Hill in Gormont and investigate the area for signs of Malos's destruction. So, I'm just going to head off and do that right now. I do love this, like, jazzy version of the Gormont. Oh, I also love this, like, jazzy piano theme. All right, oh yeah, right now I'm playing as Jin. Well, I'm playing as quote-unquote Team Laura, but Laura and Hayes are both back in Tori Goth, so Team Laura is really just Jin, which is not the most satisfying combat experience, because as you can see, I do not have the ability to switch between Jin and anyone else. That's pretty cool. I would like to get... Here's another goal for this game. I want to get a level 3 blade combo going. The blade combos are when you do the combat up in the upper right. Those are the, you know, those are the, those are one of the big damage dealers in this game. Okay, so going this way. Oh, another thing.
We've been found.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna come after me. I should probably switch from Jin because Jin on his own is. Excuse me. Jin on his own ain't nothing at all. But no, what was I saying? I don't know what I'm saying. We're just gonna forget that I was saying anything at all. See, we got a topple, we got a launch. Oh, we're actually doing pretty good with blade combos are what they call when you do those secrets of statuses, which is like a break, topple, smash is the last one, but I don't think we have any smash arts. And those are the driver combos. If I said blade combos, that was wrong. Blade combos
The bard's
are the elemental
to
ones.
His Majesty are stronger than anything in this world.
Yeah.
I could never leave his side, not for any reason.
Wow.
Ever.
I think overprotective might be an understatement.
Chatty. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna switch from Jin. Who do I want to be? I could be Team Adam and Mithra, or I could be Team Hugo. Hugo, Bridget, and Gian. I'm gonna be Team Hugo, but I'm gonna play as Bridget.
It has us in its sights. To
rocks.
arms.
Bridget fucking owns. I love Bridget in the main game. I think she's a little bit less of an interesting character here, but she is one of the best characters in the main game. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to do during this stream is, while I was tooling around doing questing and stuff off stream, I was specifically avoiding unique monsters. So unique monsters are, you know, the special enemies that you'll find in the environment. I wanna do those on stream, or at least do a few of them on stream, because I don't know, I feel like there's something special about those. Another one of the things that's special about them is they'll have very silly names, and as you know if you watched the last stream, I am very into the silly names of things, places, characters in this game. They haven't talked about Esteem and Ferris, have we? Ferrises are like, they're like wolf dog things. The wolves are already dog things. Alright, can I get a level 3 blade combo going here? Probably not.
I shall defend my emperor against all assailants.
You kept your power in check. Nicely done.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't deal with Ether Miasmas because I need Haze to do that. Oh, the quest marker's telling me to go down in elevation. Oh, there was actually one side quest that I think I am going to try to tackle on stream, which is called Power Unimaginable. No, that's the main quest that we're on. What was the one I wanted? Barmy Tale of Barney. So there are these things called Barney Stones, which have, I guess, challenge. I don't remember this from the last time I played through this game, it's been a few years, so that's probably something I did but forgot. But I think this is something of like a challenge missions that have high value loot and monsters. So I was like, ooh, I should do that on stream. So we'll do that on stream, but we're gonna stick to the main story for now. Firm Wolf, where are you? Where are you at, Wolf? Okay. That's the spirit. Star Slash. It's always like the voice acting in these games is so heavily UK based that any characters with American voices, as most of the Blade characters do, they just sound so out of place. Which isn't fair to them.
Waiting for your go-ahead. What's the
Yeah, so Hugo and Richard and the GM, I guess, are like more tanky because you see we have like aggro up and defense arts on Hugo. So, okay. All right. Where are we going? Let's look at the mini map. All right, so this is where we're going to see the destructive power of Malos. I probably shouldn't hum along with the music because I don't know if on stream my my audio is exactly synced to the game audio, so I will not do that. Tell me, you finally found the uninhabited Titan. And that's right, made it there without a scratch. The map, the bard song, the elder legend, it was all true. Bah, I wish you could. Bah doesn't seem like something that there would say. Anyway, bah, I wish you could have. I wish you could have had some of that fun after you bonded with me. No fair. Of course, back then I had no idea I'd be the driver of an Aegis someday. Not a clue. And also, I had no idea I'd end up with a blade who was so hungry for experience. I mean, I prefer when you have something interesting to say. I choose to take that as a compliment. Well, sure, it was hardly boring discovering that legendary uninhabited Titan. The natives gave us a fine chase. Natives? I thought you said it was uninhabited. Well, to be precise, we didn't meet any humans there, and just some monsters of the Arachno, Antol, and Skeeter variety. Cool. And they were pretty huge specimens, too. We must have looked like extra tempting appetizers to them. There were really quite a lot of them. We were lucky to get off the Titan in one piece. Ah, a fine recompense for an adventurer's heart. So your plans to build a holiday villa there came to nothing. It's more than a little tragic. Well, I mean, that wasn't the primary aim. Perhaps I didn't get a material reward, but I certainly got a spiritual reward. Things didn't work out quite so well for my playmates, though. How so? It was kind of a paradise for insects, but I heard later that it was laid to waste by someone or other. The ways of humans are often cruel. What's done is done. It was a time of war, and they had to find a place for some refugees. But the monsters couldn't have grasped that. They probably just saw arrogant humans wrecking their home. Ah, the telling of it falls hard. The telling of it falls hard upon my ears. I forget what Aegean sounds like. What is it? Aegean is like, Your Majesty, forgive my interruption, but this appears to be the location mentioned in the report. Ah, so it's here already. The journey passed as the blinking of an eye, thanks to Adam's enchanting tales. We were standing still while Adam was talking. What are you talking about, dude? Okay. Your servant's humble recounting was able to relieve your imperial tedium. Truly the most blessed of men am I. Oh, I do wish you'd cut it out, Adam. I'm not your better, and you should know it. I wouldn't be so sure of that, Hugo, old friend. Now then, Mithra, I'd really like to get your opinion on this as the Aegis. I love how we still have, like, the jazzy... Her bending down animation is pretty funny. It's like sassy. She bends down in a sassy way. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this isn't Malos' handiwork. How did you come to that conclusion, Mithra? Malos' attacks would have melted the earth and turned it into glass. But whatever did this only scorched the grass. It can't have been such a high temperature. It's a very wise deduction. We're lucky to have you for an ally. I offer my apologies to you all for leading you to this disappointing conclusion. Nay, Aegeon, we could not have known without any further investigation. With each possibility we discarded, we move all the closer to our goal. Everyone, look there. It's a big one. Indeed, we cannot let it run riot. Just think of the damage it could do if it got to Lasham Cove, or a settlement. Everyone, get to it! Ah, yes. It is time for a fight. Despair Roll. Alright, so I should be drawing aggro since I'm the tank. her attack animations are so you have to wait for auto attacks to complete before the arcade fill up. So okay, there we go. Is it just bear run for that one game? Yes. Hello Hex, how you doing?
Let me magnify that.
Volt. We vaulted. Ooh, 1 million volt. I'm pretty good. I have friends in town, so I'm going out and being social after the stream is over. It's wild. Am I in town? I have a friend from Ottawa who's down. Yeah. There is a lot to know about this game. X just said they know nothing about this game, and the fact is, there's a lot of lore. I mean, I explained it. I tried to. This game is really bad at explaining its lore. Like the side game that we're playing, the base game explains all the lore, and the side game just assumes you've played the base game. A fire-spewing monster. It's a good thing we had a Gion on hand. Perhaps it's bold of me to say, but I've dealt with worse. Well, it seems safe to assume that this was the cause of the burn marks. I never would have dreamed that such a foul fiend could have laid in wait so close to Torrigoth. Maybe it was driven out of its original home in a territorial dispute. I've heard that happens from time to time. Yeah, maybe. Or more likely some humans stole it and smashed its home up. We call them monsters, but to them we're the monsters. Indeed, it must be thus. Damn. It really makes you think, doesn't it? Anyway, the day shall dawn where man's exploitation of the Titans will bring us all to ruin. Wow. Perhaps that dawn is already upon us. Yeah, re-explaining the lore that we all live on the backs of Titans. We all see these are like the continents, these giant monsters that have like human settlements on the back. And this is the Titan of Indol that we're just flashing to. Now these are two creepy motherfuckers. He's creepy in his own way, Amalthus, but the other dude with like the coins on his eyes really freaks me the fuck out.
Interesting thing you've got there.
Dang.
Malice enough.
It's all right. Indol's most sacred treasure, the Aegis. It is said to be the embodiment of the Architect's light, the divine revelations our founder Maldonare received.
Really? Then...
What? Why?
That's what I will be called too. After all, I am born of divinity. Not just
Right.
some
Okay.
reflection.
You believe yourself so strong?
Don't you?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Your situation doesn't look good. Boltrick is not going to let it go. And you can't hide behind the Praetor forever.
Yeah, creepy guy.
That has nothing to do with you.
If that were true, you wouldn't be here.
The old double monocle, as X says.
Here.
What is this place?
It's a very tasty secret. Formerly known only to the Praetor and me. The essence of our Judician forebears, originally salvaged from the bottom of the Cloud Sea. Some of it may hail from the fabled land of Moritha.
All of these proper nouns are, familiar with you if you played the base game,
Look,
and not familiar if you have not.
this here display is a diagram of what human cells are made of. And then this one here is a blades.
Astonishingly alike.
Of course. After all, they are descended from humans too. That in and of itself isn't too shocking.
Are they?
But this,
Maybe I'm misunderstanding the lore here.
It's the same, isn't it?
just wait.
That's a core crystal.
Exactly. A blade's core crystal contains information not only pertaining to humans, it also records schematics describing all manner of animal tissues.
You're saying blades contain detailed information of all living creatures?
Not just that. Have a look at this undeveloped part. That is from a titan. It suggests that this particular piece may one day develop into a titan. Isn't it mind-boggling? A message from the architect, no doubt.
That's just science.
From the architect.
Indeed, this is just what you were after. I wish to investigate this and learn more of what the architect has in store for this world, and perhaps claim this knowledge for our own.
Including the Praetor.
Perhaps. Isn't this in line with your own goals? Well then, I may as well help out.
So these blue people, they're all like Space Vatican people. They come from, I say Space Vatican, they're like Fantasy Vatican, not space. Hold on a sec. Was my stream interrupted? I feel like the stream might have been interrupted because I'm looking at the status page on Twitch and it seems stuck. Oh no, it's fine. Okay, so the scene we just watched, a lot happened there, but the part that had me going like, oh, that was all. Okay, so like we learn that, so they walk up to this like artifact thing, and the praetor, who is like the fantasy pope, the blue pope, he's like, this is called the Aegis. It was discovered by our founder, and then Malos, who is like the special blade that we know as the Aegis, he's like, oh, okay, well, then that's what I'm going to call myself. Which explains where the term Aegis comes from in this universe, because the base game doesn't really explain. Like, it explains, like, how we got a hold of the Aegises, but it doesn't explain, like, how we knew they were called Aegises. And the answer to that is that Malos just, like, looked at that thing, and the Blue Pope was like, hey, this is an important artifact called the Aegis. And Malos was like, cool name, I'm going to take it. And then he blew it up. But anyhow, yeah, so. And then we have this whole thing explaining, like, the life cycle of blades and titans, where, like, blades come from core crystals, which contain, like, all of the DNA of all life on Earth. And a core crystal turns into a blade, and then a blade eventually becomes a titan, and then titans give birth to blades. All of this is explained in the base game, and I guess it's kind of sort of re-explained there, but the explanation is not. You know, it's weird to me that Nintendo decided to sell this as a standalone product, because technically this is DLC for Xenoblade Chronicles 2, but it's also available, like, you can just buy Torna the Golden Country off the shelf. And I do have to wonder, like, whether there's anyone who actually bought this game without having played the base game and then played it through and enjoyed it and, like, thought of it as like a complete product unto itself, because the exposition is like so half done, and spoilers for the ending, but it doesn't really end satisfyingly because it's a prequel that leads into the base game. But anyhow, back to it. I believe that concludes. I'm giving him a Welsh accent. He's supposed to be more Scottish. I believe that concludes my mission. Shall we head to the flagship? Fine by me. It's a good place for us to exchange information. It's currently moored at Losham Cove. Then to Losham Cove we go. Power unimaginable. I defeated that main story quest. by killing the
Always happy to put a smile
despair
on people's
rubble.
faces.
You found that the destruction was actually caused by a despair rubble. Having put the matter to rest, Adam and Co. head on to Hugo's flagship. Still not joining back up with Laura and Hayes. Still leaving them behind. I feel like there was a unique enemy around here that I wanted to take on stream. So it was like, let's see where there's First Grable. I'm First Grable, and I approve this message. There's Otto Rogel, Skeeter, Noble Aspar. Yeah, there was like a Pinch Bunnet, Noggle Bunnet. I love the names of things. First Grable. I'm First Grable, and I'm played by Sam Elliott. Oh yeah, this guy. Over Affectionate Murph. Are we ready to take on Over Affectionate Murph? He's level 18. We're only level 16 and 17. I'm gonna give it a try. Even though we don't have a full team. We're still missing Laura and Hayes. But we're gonna go for Over Affectionate Murph. Just to get the unique monster. Who are we, says Hex, to judge the affection of a Murph. Yeah. They're like the unique monsters in this game. They all have like a name that is just an adjective, and then a name, and often the name is like really normal, like a normie ass name. Sometimes it's a little more exotic or strange sounding. Like I do like Over Affectionate Murph. There's a unique monster that appears in every Xenoblade game, and it looks like it's going to be in Xenoblade 3, which is exciting. And its name is Territorial Rockbart. That's like a big monkey. You always meet him early in the game, and he's like level 81, and you're like, whoa, there's a level 81 creature here. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna win this fight. Okay. Yeah, we might have to. I don't know. We could pull this off. I just gotta keep tanking. As I keep wanting to call this guy Nile. He looks exactly like Nile from Base Game, but he's Hugo. Can we get like can we get a blade combo though? Can we get a blade combo? I said before. Oh, I don't know. My HP is low. Star Slash. I keep wanting to get like a third level blade combo going, but I don't know if we're gonna do it. Damn, Jin's down. Oh, now I'm down. Is Adam gonna be able to revive us? Okay. We're up. Oh, now Adam's down. Jesus. Okay. And now, yeah, the three blue bars, or the three bars that fill up blue in the upper left, those are like, that's your party gauge, which allows you to revive down party members and also perform powerful chain attacks. I don't think we've gotten the chain attacks yet, but as you can see, I do not have any of those three bars full. So the next time I go down, it's down for good, and I'm tanking, so I should have aggro and should be trying to attack me. I know. Yeah, I have 63 HP left, and he hasn't landed a hit on me, even though I have aggro. I must be an excellent tank, huh? Yeah. Whoa, we got him. Okay, now we just have to beat all these First Grables. Look at First Grable. Look at this absolute like chonker bird thing. I think it's a bird. It looks like it has feathers, but it looks like it has feathers, and it has like a beak. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, we got our loot. We got our shell cameo. We got all that stuff. Okay. Back to the yeah. It's a fat quadrupedal hummingbird. Yeah, we're ignoring side quests for now. We're just gonna go straight on to the main event. Okay, cutscene.
Right. So it was the Sion forces that ravaged this area.
Yes. Many troops remained here with no orders after Malos sank their homeland. We're doing our best to disarm them, but... well, you've seen the village. Sadly, it's happened more than once.
The powers that be bicker among themselves, ignoring the larger danger.
It's a good map.
And right now, that is the one thing we cannot afford. I will go take a look.
By the way, how's my audio? How's my balance between my mic and the game?
Incidentally, how has Torna been faring?
I'd
how's
like
Torna
to tell
been
you
faring?
that the people bask in the peace of His Majesty's rule. But I'm afraid that would be a lie.
Same as everywhere else then, yes?
Torna has not.
It's hard to hear me during
escaped
battle, so
Malos's
sad, yeah.
rampage unscathed.
If that is so, allow me to offer you the Imperial Army's assistance in this time of...
Yeah, battles in this game
Don't
are so
worry
noisy.
about it.
I don't know, I should do something about that.
This is exactly the reason why Indol entrusted her to me.
Ah, so you came. The future king of Torna. I'm glad I thought to send a messenger.
King, don't joke about it. Rumors like that could cause trouble at home.
I am merely a quester. I hold no such influence.
I quested today, but tomorrow?
The core's color is different. And she's a woman, too.
She is a woman.
Quite lovely indeed. Malos was all brawn and brutish strength.
You worried?
No, quite the contrary. Everybody knows a blade's appearance bears no relation to their power. You could be the heroine of our resistance.
I always say this, but I do not defend
won't
the
be
overly
anyone's
sexualized
enemy.
character designs in this game.
That's
However,
fine,
I
though.
love the characters, so...
I have only one thing to ask of you. To rectify the mistake I made and erase Malos from the face of the world.
So that's why the returning hero, pacifier of the Borderlands, was really just...
Never before has a blade broken free and rampaged like this. I can see why Indol would prefer to keep it quiet. They're even routing support to the militia through Argentum for deniability.
and then towards you.
I'm just some princeling. Me.
Surely, if you defeat Malos, your cover will be blown.
If indeed. But we're not in it for the glory, are we? When we're done, I'll just plow my fields in peace.
Your Majesty, some of our troops have returned to base, but
That's what his voice
Is
sounds like.
something wrong?
Your Majesty.
they're all reporting something strange. A marauding group of routed mercenaries, trying to avoid any attention.
Just remnants, hmm? That is strange.
I like the kiddos in the
There's
background.
not much around here for them, in the way of paid work or opportunities for looting.
As your Majesty commanded, our men did not engage. We confirmed their bearing, then withdrew.
And? Where were they going?
The village outskirts.
But why there? There's nothing but graveyards.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
That's where Laura is.
At first, I thought to take it. But I'd made it for her, and I'd like her to keep it forever.
So, the bitch is dead, is she? Shame. I had a soft spot for her.
This dude. Like one of my favorite designs of an ugly guy that I've ever seen in a game.
Guess you learned how to use a weapon at least. Big change from a tiny kid trying not to piss herself in fear.
You're... No!
Yeah, content warning, I suppose, for child abuse and spousal abuse. This is the guy who abused her and tried to kill her when she was a child.
God.
God.
You remember me? How touching.
A face that ugly, I couldn't forget. Trust me, I tried.
Harsh.
What do you want? Not that I can't imagine.
Gort is, fun fact, Gort is short for Ansel Elgort. It's named after Ansel Elgort.
But before that,
that's a lie.
I'll take a bit of time to express my gratitude
Robo
to
Arm.
you. It ain't gonna be pretty or quick.
It ain't gonna be pretty or quick.
Blade, watch as I cut you into little sticky chunks.
Sticky
just
chunks.
to make sure the last thing he feels is complete despair.
I'll hold them up. You get to the others quickly.
No use. Hayes, he knew about you. He brought no blades, just more mercs.
Exactly. Don't worry. I'm gonna treat you real good before I get to the cave.
Alright. Okay, so now we're just Laura and Hayes, right? Okay. Yeah, party formation has changed. It's just Laura and Hayes, level 16. Oh, because they leveled together with Jin. Okay, because when I left them, they were definitely lower level than that. But, like, yeah, they level, like, as a unit.
Well, now, you're not so tough.
Heads up,
Okay.
we can do it if we work together.
Dang, wow, that was, like, acrobatic. How he just... Yeah, okay. Alright, so... Oh, I'm gonna turn the game audio down a little bit during combat. And you can probably hear the bird outside my window. That is not part of the game. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do in future streams, and probably when I stream Xenoblade 3 as well, is have two different presets, one for combat and one for like exploration and cutscenes, so that I can switch between them and be heard during the tremendously noisy combat of this game. Yeah. Yeah, Hayes is like, I think Hayes is at least the only blade I have so far that has healing, so it's neat to have healing. I mean, when I was without Laura and Hayes, I was not able to do any kind of healing before, and that really made that fight against over-affectionate Murph kind of tricky, but yeah. Okay. Get Gort. Insufferable Ulysses. Scurvy Curtis. Oh, love these names. Scurvy Curtis. Yes, Scurvy Curtis. Those are very good character names.
You're starting to piss me off.
Alright.
Oi! Surround them so they don't get away!
And now bring the levels back up again.
My lady, you have to go.
It's all right.
Alright, time for the rescue.
He's here.
Jin. Yeah. We love Jin. We love Jin. No. Sliced his robot arm off. Oh, that's such a good anguish animation. I think Gort might actually be one of my favorite character designs in Xenoblade, just because he's so unpleasant and ugly, and like he emotes his awfulness very well.
Had enough. What's next then? Right leg?
Yeah, so like when
Or how about...
So when a driver resonates with a core crystal to produce a blade, then that blade is going to be around until the driver dies. So
Enough.
So when Laura was a kid, her, I guess, stepdad, Gort, stole a very valuable core crystal to produce gin.
For my sake.
And then Laura was just like playing with it and resonated with it, which meant that there was no way he could resonate with Jin unless Laura was dead. So he tried to kill Laura. And when she was just a little child, but Jin protected her and cut off his arm, and that's why he's got a robot arm. And that's the story of Gort. Gort Tales. Woo!
So you let him go? Even without his arms, he may cause you more trouble one day.
I didn't want to end it here. He might deserve it, but he did take care of my mother, so... Let's go back. I suppose I can bring myself to step foot on this flagship after all.
My arms! My arms!
My arms.
Bastards! I'm gonna kill them! Every last one of them!
One of the things about like the voice actor direction in this game is that they don't care about matching the lip flap or even like the characters' expressions, which is a little jarring. I think I've heard in early previews that Xenoblade 3 does better with that, but and I also think Xenoblade 1 does a really good job with it too. But like in this game, there's a lot of like really jarring
The hell are you?
mismatches between character expression and vocal expression. This guy.
Stop it!
I've seen speculation that that guy, the weird guy with the double monocles, is going to be a character in Xenoblade 3. I think that's just fan speculation. I don't think he's coming back. Xenoblade 3 is set in a different place and time. So okay, so I'm back. Okay, so we got our full team. What do we got here? We got Laura, Jin, and Hayes. So to explain this again, which the main reason I'm doing this is because Hex is here and Hex didn't see the last stream. So in this world, we have drivers who are like humans basically, and they resonate with these things called core crystals that produce blades, which are like living weapon. It's incredibly like Steven Universe. I realized this when I was watching. When I was streaming last time, I was like, oh yeah, this is so much like Steven Universe, because basically they're like gemstone core crystals that are embodied as both a humanoid figure and a weapon. And yeah, so that's like Laura is the quote-unquote driver, and Jin and Hayes are her blades. So another way to think of that is like this is her Pokemon party, where she's got these, and it's very unsavory when you think about it that way, which is it's actually it's pretty well explored, I think, thematically in the base game. But like, isn't it kind of fucked up that like they're essentially slaves to humans, and they're subordinated, and their lifespan is tied to the human lifespan. So if Laura dies, then Jin and Hayes will both die. They'll return to their core crystals, much like, in Steven Universe, if a gem gets, injured, they will poof and return to their gemstone. But the difference here is that in order for them to reawaken again, another human being needs to come along, resonate with that core crystal, and produce the gem, produce the blade. And when the blade comes back, like Jin, for instance, he will be a completely different Jin. He'll look the same, he'll have the same mannerisms and the same talents, but he will have no memory of his prior life with Laura. And that is that's a major like plot point in the main game. Like, for instance, the base game, which is set 500 years after this, Jin is still around, and for weird reasons that you'd have to play the base game to fully understand, he does remember Laura, and he's turned, like, really bitter and evil over the course of 500 years. Mithr's around because she's, like, a special case. She's an Aegis. And Aegises are just like the special master blades that break all the rules. And then you have Bridget and Aegeon, who are both around in the base game, but they're different, like a different Bridget and a different Aegeon, who are bounded with Hugo's, I guess, descendant? No, not really Hugo's descendant. Yeah, I guess Hugo's descendant, like, or a distant relative named Morag, who is the best fucking character in the whole goddamn series, and it's a crime that she's not in this game, even though this is 500 years before she was born. But Morag is the best, and we love her, and that is why I have residual affection mainly for Bridget, because of her association with Morag, even though in this game she's with Hugo, who is not much of an interesting character. He's just a little guy. Not that there's anything wrong with being a little guy. We like our little guys here. This game has lots of little guys. Let's get some stuff from this impressive trade. Alright, I think I'm going to skip travel.